And tonight, Honey Boo Boo's mama right here in the Showbiz house.
Yeah, she sure is. Fans just watched Mama June, Shannon, and her partner Sugar Bear Thompson tonight in their commitment ceremony on the big season finale of the family's reality show. Here comes Honey Boo Boo. Look.
Oh,
How nervous are you?
I ain't that nervous. Might be when I open up the door, but I'm actually doing it. I'm nervous now.
I love it. So as the self-proclaimed redneck family just gone Hollywood, that's the big question. Showbiz Tonight producer Mara Raphael just went one-on-one with Mama June and Sugar Bear to get the real story behind their new vows, plus their take on tonight's biggest celebrity story.
So now anyone who watches your show knows that you have a really solid relationship. But you know, there's so many reality show couples who, after the cameras have been filming them for months or even years, it really puts pressure on the marriage. And you know, the list goes on and on. You know, when even back to Britney Spears, Jessica Simpson, I mean, of course, John and Kate as well. So many reality show couples have not made it last. How do you make it last?
You know, when the cameras go down, I mean, you know, that's like our time, you know, kind of like for the family or whatever. I mean, I'm not going to say that, you know, oh, it's all like lovey-dovey, you know, in the family, because life, that would be too much of, you know, too good to be true type thing. I mean, there's ups and downs, I mean, but at the end of the day, you know, honestly, my kids are number one, and, you know, everything else is like always like number two to me. I mean, you know, that's just being real as a parent.
We're family.
And Sugar Bear, when the cameras are off, is it just back to normal for you, or is it always normal even when the cameras are on?
It's kind of back to normal, because when the cameras go down, then that means we all can be a family, and kids can play. I can play with the kids and do whatever they want, and just spend family time together.
I'm gonna pin you down. Stop, don't. I need some shaving cream. I don't need a damn shaving cream, give it to me. Don't put it on me for real now. I can't stand that. It will break out my face. Don't. I'm gonna go put a little bit. That breaks up my face.
Mama still hasn't shaved her neck hairs for the commitment ceremony. And I think I'm gonna help her with that, so we can check it off the list.
I mean, it's got to be hard for the kids, or at least tough for the kids. Are there any questions that they ask, or things that make them feel stressful?
No, not really. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, the teenagers are going to get mad at me because they can't do everything they want to do. But for the most part, I mean, Alana doesn't realize how famous she is. And if you ask one of the girls, do they think they're famous? They'll be like, no, we're just everyday people.
The big Hollywood couple is also about to get married. Brad and Angelina, have to ask about them because, no offense, they are the couple that everyone really wants to see the ceremony of.
Yeah. I mean, I followed a little bit of Angelina and Jolie's, like, you know, like adopting the kids and all that. And they seem like, you know, that they really, like, love one another. And I think that, you know, they're incorporating the kids a lot, too, I think.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any advice for them?
Just know that kids don't come with an instruction manual. No kid is the same. Take the good with the bad.
Yeah. No, I mean, you seem really down to earth and so normal.
Yeah,
despite
I mean, like,
it all.
yeah.
One, you know, I know you're very protective of your girls, and you can see that on the show.
Yes.
One of the biggest things that all moms everywhere are talking about is Miley Cyrus at the VMAs. Do you guys know about that? Her twerking
I honestly
at the VMAs?
didn't watch the VMAs, so I can't give, like, you know, my opinion on that because I didn't watch it.
Now, knowing, you know, that so much has been posted on Facebook and there has been outrage about it, if your kids said, oh, I want to watch this, or especially Honey Boo Boo, would you let her watch Miley at the VMAs? Would you let her watch a replay of that?
I mean, you know, I'd have to watch it first. Like, I always, like, watch, like, something first before, like, they do.
So Miley Cyrus is obviously, you know, she was a child star. You say, you know, your kids don't feel like child stars. They're just normal. How do you keep them normal? As a parent, how do you keep them away from the trappings of fame, which so many young kids have?
You know, I mean, they know, like, in the future, like, they got trust funds and that they have money, and, you know, they know that, like, this is, like, for their future, and kind of, like, you know, they don't get everything they want still. They don't, you know, they get everything they, like, need. They know that we still have to check sales. We still keep on. You know, so they kind of, like, know all, like, what we're supposed to, like, do. You know what I mean? Like, they know, okay, well, if I want to go shopping at, like, Rue 21 this week, then I got to wait for a sale. Like, you know, I may have to wait a couple weeks, but, oh, I want this outfit now. No, oh, well, it's going on sale next week, so you get it next week. And maybe if it's here.
Yeah, no, I knew that you had funds for your kids, and they don't get any of the money until they turn 21, and you live exactly how you've always lived. Mm-hmm. Is it ever tempting to sort of, I don't know, I read a quote once, you said, I'm never going to drive a Range Rover.
No. I mean, I don't drive anyway, but, like, the only thing that we did do is we bought a Suburban. I fell in love with one when we rented one. But it's not a newer model. It's a 2012. So we pretty much drive it all the time. And we bought 3 used 4-wheelers. And that's pretty much, I just said, the big ticket items that we have bought.
Sugar Bear, what about you? Have you ever thought, oh, maybe I want 5 SUVs or?
Really, we don't. We got enough vehicles, and we just, that's what we got, and we're happy with what we got. So we're gonna kind of slow down.
That's really rare.
Well, I mean, it's us. We're not like I said, we're not that cookie cutter.
Yeah. No.
I don't need 5 cars. I don't need a 50-bedroom house that costs $1.5 million, $30 million. I mean, I love where we live at. I've noticed a lot with like football players and rappers and just different celebrities that have all this money that are kind of like their assets, but they don't really own the money, kind of thing. And so, like, when their career ends, they're going into foreclosure in their home, they're losing their car, repo man's going to pick their car up, come and repossessing their furniture in their house. And I don't want that to happen, because if it ends tomorrow, I know that I can be able to afford the bills I have now. Just don't get caught up, like, in the bling. I mean, I know that the Kardashians are all about the money, but, I mean, at the end of the day, you need to step back and make sure that they spend time with their kids, not let a nanny raise it. I mean, I've noticed that a lot. Like, there's a lot of nannies, like, in the high. To me, I personally couldn't have a nanny. Because I'm, like, more, like, hands-on. Like, I want to know what's going on. I want to know where my kid's going. I don't want to have somebody call me, oh, your kid's going to soccer practice. I'll bring her home, like, at 7 o'clock.
Give Mama a good night smoochie. 9
years, me and June had never been apart. But I had to sleep out in a cold tent in the rain, and I can't wait to get back home to them. Give me some hugs.
Be careful, wolves out there.
Ain't no wolves out there.
When you see other celebrities raising their kids with their nannies, do you feel sorry for them? Do you think they're missing out?
I honestly, to be honest opinion, I do think that, a lot of people miss out, like when you do have, like, nannies. And I know nannies are great at times, but to have them in there 24/7 so you don't have to deal with it, I personally don't think I could do that.
What tips do you have for people who maybe nobody knows about now or who are just becoming famous on how to remain level-headed and grounded?
I mean, like, we have a friend that's out here, actually, that, they were on Toddlers with us also, but they're out here shooting a couple things. But I just kind of like tell her just, to have fun with it, and don't forget where you come from. Don't let the money, like, ruin you. And, I don't think that, don't, like, oh, I got this money now, let's go out and get this and this. Money isn't everything at the end of the day. I mean, when it's all gone, what do you have to show for it? Nothing. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Like, like, don't forget about, like, your kids' future. Don't forget about, like, yeah, if your kids made you famous, you need to make sure you take care of them for their future.
Aw, so AJ, the more I hear from her, the more I just love her. Like Mara said, she's just so down to earth. And boy, Mama June look hot. Baba boom.
Yeah, it's so wild to me that they're these essentially simple people, but they're part of the Hollywood machine, and they're used to the cameras and the makeup and everything like that. It's a pretty wild story.